Hey ladies, it's Greg. I wanted to go live and just talk about, because I didn't set this live up like I normally do. Basically, travel and all that stuff really um, impacted me over the last day or so. So wasn't too sure if I was going to be able to get back and do this live. But I wanted to tell a story today. I just wanted to talk about something that I experienced maybe a day or so yesterday. So I was talking to a lady on my travels. Say hi, Joe. Who we got into a conversation about politics with her husband and what was going on in the UK and stuff. If you're watching live, say hi. And it was a really interesting conversation because I was on my laptop and I was doing some work, and she saw that obviously I help ladies with nutrition because she saw a presentation that I'm writing for my clients, right? And it was really interesting. So this lady was about 50, and the first thing she said to me was, Greg, you know what? I've got some questions for you about losing weight, right? I want to know what's going on with me because, for the last 20 years, I haven't been able to lose weight. That's what she said. For the last 20 years, she hasn't been able to lose weight. And she was really downhearted. She was really frustrated. And I said, look, what we'll do, I'll do a very quick consult with you. I'll ask some questions, and I'll let you go away with some advice. And her husband said, "Yeah, I think you should do it. I think you should talk to this guy. He seems like he knows what he's talking about. So talk to him." So I did, right? And it was really interesting. So this lady was, like I said, she's about 50. She tried every diet known to man over the last how many years. She tried everything, right? She tried calorie counting, she tried Weight Watchers, she tried Slimming World, no carbs, all the rest of it. And she was adamant that it was because now of her hormones, and that because she tried all of these different diets, that her diet, she couldn't lose weight, okay? So she was adamant that there was something wrong with her, okay? She was adamant that there was something in her makeup, in her genetic makeup, which meant that she was never going to be able to lose weight, all right? And if you've ever been in this kind of position, give me a thumbs up, just so I know that this will resonate with you, because I think it's an important thing, right? That a lot of you get sold this, what's the word? This really harsh story that weight loss is really hard, like it's really tough, and that you have to do extremely special things to lose weight. And it's a really hard message to hear, right? It's a really hard message to keep hearing over and over again, that it's your hormones, that there's something wrong with you, that this is happening, and it just frustrates the life out of me, okay? So I can understand why, you ladies get pissed off and say, do you know what? I give up, because you hear all these people around you telling you that it's your hormones and it's just going to happen like that, and there's nothing you can do about it, okay? And that's what I felt with this lady, right? It was almost like you could see the tears in her eyes when I started to ask some questions about her lifestyle, what she was going on. She was almost like teary. You could see the tears welling up in her eyes. And she put her hand on my leg, kind of thing. She was, "Oh, sorry, Greg, I'm sorry." She said, "I'm just so upset by it all. Like, I'm really just at the end of my tether. I just want to feel good." So here was the first realization for her. This is what the first thing I picked out for her. I said, and her name's Tanya. I said, "Tanya, look, I don't think you want to lose weight per se. I think you just want to feel good. You want to have energy, right?" So I said, why don't we just focus for a minute on not about weight loss. Let's talk about just feeling good, right? So that's number one. Now, number two, she was really talking about her hormones, right? She was like, I've been through the menopause, perimenopause, and, I just can't lose this weight. And I think it's my metabolism that was causing me the problem. And the pain in her face, because then she started talking about all her friends who have tried all these crazy things. She's like, well, why can't I lose weight? What's wrong with me? Yeah, what is wrong with me? Why can't I lose weight? So I said to her, look, do you want to play a game? And she said, a game? I was like, yeah. Not like the Saw film, yeah? No. I know some of you be thinking like the Saw film, oh, do you want to play a game? So I decided to say to her, look, we're going to play a game. We're going to just walk through a day in the life of Tanya. So I started to ask her how her day went, right? So literally, what time she got out of bed. Like, did she go for a wee? Did she go for a poo? Did she have breakfast? Did she have tea and coffee, etc.? And I just sat back and listened to her. And I think that was the first time I think she'd ever been listened to about her health and what she was feeling in such a long time. Like her husband, a very supportive guy, he was like, yeah, Greg, I think this would be awesome for her, thank you so much. But I think she had never really opened her soul up about what was really going on for her. So anyway, we walked through her day. We talked through what she does every single day, what it is that she does, her routines, etc. And she swore blind that she was on about 500 calories a day, but yet she couldn't lose weight. And it must be her hormones or metabolism that was stopping her from doing this. Now, I work with ladies every day who have been through this cycle of, it's my hormones, there's nothing that I can do, and it makes you powerless, ladies. It makes you feel like that nothing can be done. But somehow, I managed to keep helping these ladies get awesome results. Okay? And at the end, I'm going to explain exactly why most ladies talk about hormones get it wrong. Okay? So stay till the end. So we walked through her day, literally from the time she got up to what she did. And this lady said, yeah, I'm on 500 calories a day, Greg. I went, okay, cool. Let's see it. So we talked through it. And hey Joe, what she thought, hey Ingrid, what she thought was 500 calories a day turned out to be about 1,900 calories a day. And that was me guessing portion sizes. Because here's the thing, ladies, right? The power of understanding that it's nutrition that is the driver for fat loss, not hormones, means that it's within your power to make changes. Okay? And there's a lot of kind of fitness talk or gurus talking about, you got to manage your hormones, that obesity is a hormonal condition and all this stuff. And yeah, hormones are always part of the equation. But what that does is it takes the power out of your hands. And this is why people stay stuck. Okay? So we went through her day and I said, look, based on what you told me so far, it's 1,900 calories. And then what was really interesting was her husband then said, well, do you know what? You probably have 2 glasses of wine a night, not 1. You probably have, 2 to 4 biscuits, not just 1. So we started to add those in. And this lady was actually probably nearer 3,000 calories when I remember, where she thought she was on 500. And she was shocked. She was like, oh my God, this can't be true. Like, I can't be on 500. I can't be on maybe 2,500 calories. It's like, yeah, you are. She said, this is why I'm losing weight. Like, yeah. So she's like, and it was the relief on her face, actually, when she realised that it wasn't her hormones. It was like oh wow, this is amazing. Because she realised that she was actually in control of her own destiny. Okay, and it's interesting. We've booked in for a call next week, and we're gonna, she's gonna actually discuss doing some work with me, which is gonna be awesome if she comes on board. But ladies, this is the power of actually understanding nutrition properly, biology and physiology, because hormones generally cannot stop you losing weight, okay? Because hormones don't contain energy. They don't provide energy, okay? Hormones are signalers to the body to get things to do certain things. they do not have energy. So your brain, your lungs, heart, digestive system, liver, kidneys, all of that stuff needs about 1,200 calories a day anyway. So if you think about it, if you need roughly that, and obviously it's going to differ slightly from different people, if you need all of that, then where, and you're only eating 1,200, where will your body have the energy for you to run, talk to, do your household stuff, do your chores through the day, do your work, do all the things, other things that you do, like even as I'm doing this, that's energy, right? Where does your body then get energy? And then people think, oh, well, if I'm eating too little, my body's going to store it as fat. Well, it doesn't make sense, okay? How can your body decide to keep some of it as fat when there isn't enough energy to make everything work anyway? It's a bit like, you go for a drive, you put half a tank in, but somehow the car decides that it's not going to use that half tank, it's going to store a quarter of that tank, but yet you're still going to be able to drive to your destination that needs a full tank. Let me know, does that actually make sense, ladies? Like, when you really logically think about it, does it make sense that your body holds on to fat if it needs it? Let me know in the comments. We've got 2 ladies watching. Let me know in the comments if that even makes sense. So when people talk to me about hormones and things stopping fat loss, it's a real, because people, and I get it, people don't like to be wrong, and this is the real kicker, and this is why a lot of people will blame their hormones for getting it, for stopping their weight loss. Hormones mean it's out of your control. Okay, hormones mean that you have to do something crazy special to do anything. The ladies that I get awesome results for realize that actually it's about nutrition, and actually they can get amazing results if they actually make changes to their nutrition, lifestyle, sleep, stress, all of that stuff. And that hormones will generally fall into line when things are going well. It's like this term, balanced hormones. Well, there's actually no such thing as balanced hormones. It doesn't actually exist. Like, you can't balance your hormones. Seriously, ladies, it does not exist. Balanced hormones do not exist. Okay, I'll say it over and over again. Balanced hormones do not exist, because every hormone works in conjunction with another hormone, and they kind of go up and down on a scale like that, depending on what needs to happen. Some people say balanced hormones. I'm like, well, Joe, I don't think you should be I might replay it later. I think you should replay it later, because this is important stuff. So I say should, not might. What I would say is that, hormones don't get out of balance. You might have higher levels of certain hormones or lower levels of certain hormones than what's probably needed for optimal function, but there's no balancing thing. It's a myth, okay? There are conditions, medical conditions, you can look them up. Hypothyroidism, your thyroid function is on the floor. Hyperthyroidism, where you potentially will lose weight very quickly, it's too high. That's a different thing. It's not balanced hormones. Good, Joe. So, if there's one thing I would do, ladies, is this. If you're really serious about getting in shape in 2023 and actually wanting to feel good, feel awesome, this is one part of the project, of the whole process, but I think this is the really most important bit for everybody. Take time to really be realistic and analyze your nutrition as it is now. Okay. So for me, when I take on a new client, I don't set them calories until I know where they are now. Okay. But be realistic with yourself. Don't try and give yourself like a little off the hook, because your ego is going to get hurt that you're not doing things the way you should do. Okay. And that's the key bit, is the ego, right? we don't like to be wrong. Humans hate being wrong. You know, for example, when I come on and say, no, it's not chocolate that makes you fat. Well, no, that goes against my ego because I think I know what's right. Okay, but that's not the case. Okay, and this is why I have coaches in my life to tell me when I'm doing things wrong, because I know my ego can throw up times and things where, yeah, I'm not doing the things that I should be doing, and that hurts a little bit. But that little bit of pain is where growth actually happens. So if you're not actually assessing where you are now, then you are doing yourself a huge disservice in trying to lose weight going forward, because what you might blame as hormones and all that stuff is probably very easily a you don't actually understand what you put in your mouth problem. Well, I don't want to call it a diet. I just want to call it a you don't know what you put in your mouth problem. And this is what this lady Tanya had. She did not have a clue what was going in her mouth. She had no clue. She thought she was eating healthy sometimes, but then when we really got deep and she was open about it, she said, actually, Greg, do you know what? And then it was, this was the funniest bit. This is what she did. She then started to blame the cake that she had on the Saturday, or but I need to just manage my sugar. So and I said, do you know what? I said, Tanya, you can have your cake and eat it. But we have to look at your nutrition as a whole. We can't just blame the cake. We can't just blame the chocolate. Because all of it will put you into a surplus amount of calories. And then you won't lose the fat. It's very simple. And I spent maybe about an hour and a half talking to her and her husband about things that they could change and what I would do. And, the second thing she said was, Greg, shouldn't I be training like 4 or 5 times a week? I said, no. Said, based on where you are now, I would get you to train twice a week. She was like, what? Only twice? I'm like, well, yeah, because I want quality workouts that you can recover from and that you spend less time in the gym and more time being able to focus on nutrition, sleep, stress, and all that stuff. Because when we do that, that's how we get great results. Like I've had, there's a lady called Sam Swinstead. She did my Revolution program when I first opened it. So it was about a year and a bit ago. She lost 24 pounds in the program over the 12 weeks by walking and getting her diet right. And this lady was like in her 50s, menopausal, big company that she ran. She ran a HR consultancy. She managed to drop 20 odd pounds by just really focusing on her nutrition. But what comes with that, ladies, is the mindset piece. Because I think we're very, very quick to focus on the diet. So this is why there's a mechanical side and an emotional side. Okay, we focus very much on the mechanical. Eat my protein, hit my calories, but none of that matters very much unless you address the emotional side of the equation. And that's where people go wrong. We always focus on the mechanical side, not on the real emotional side, which is where the magic actually happens. So, ladies, impromptu live today, but I wanted to just talk about this because I think it was a really great experience for me talking to this lady Tanya and watching her brain just go, oh my god, like how did I not know this? And ladies, it's not your fault. Like I get it, there's too much, there's lots of fitness information, nutrition information out there. But here's the thing that I know works. I give my clients less information than they've ever had access to in their life. Because information is not the important part of any transformation. Implementation is. So I can give you all of the information if you need it and want it, but the biggest part for everybody is actually you need more implementation and doing stuff than actually getting new information. So, ladies, if you got some useful info out of this, then obviously just comment replay, let me know you've watched this, and let me know what you find useful, because this is important stuff. And if you want results in 2023, then this is the stuff you need to be starting to understand and really sinking into your brain that yes, the mechanical stuff is important, the workouts and all that stuff, all good, great. But if we don't get the emotional side tapped in and worked on, then the mechanical side can't work. And if you don't do that, then you're going to have problems. And you're always going to be in this cycle of, I want to lose weight, I want to lose weight. So ladies, it's not your hormones. It's definitely, in 90% of cases, something else. Talk to you soon. Stay strong.